It's important to plan for the future. So in this video, I actually want to talk about some of the future pairings that I plan on doing in the next season. So obviously this season's already started with. I've already shown some of my snakes that I plan on breeding this season, or I've already started breeding this season. But obviously you got to look towards the future. So before we start talking about what I'm going to do in 2024, don't forget to subscribe. I'll also put a link up in the corner there for any other videos that might interest you. So let's get rolling. So because a lot of my snakes are actually double het or visual with a het, I'm actually going to be producing a lot of 50% hets, and luckily we have genetics testing, and obviously genetics testing is not available for every recessive morph, but for the most part, a lot of the recessive morphs that are going to be 50%, there is genetics testing for, and the other ones, I'll just kind of have to let luck lead the way, I guess. I don't know. So just take that into consideration. If you are planning on breeding something and you know there's going to be 50% hets, maybe consider making 50% hets that are going to be something that you can test for. So here we have two clown girls. Both of these girls are actually 66% het pied. I'm actually going to be testing them soon, and hopefully at least one of them is het pied. So these girls here are actually going to start a lot of my triple het projects that have clown in them. So I have a few projects with these girls here. Triple hets with Lav clown pied, triple hets with VPI xanthic clown pied, and even triple het recessive with hypo clown pied. So these girls are going to start a lot of projects in the future, and hopefully at least one of them is het pied. If both of them are het pied, that's exciting. Hopefully both of them are het pied. If they're not, at least one of them is, and then I'll just have to look for another het pied female. But for the most part, they don't look anything special compared to a regular clown, so there's no way of knowing if they are going to be het pied or not. Now they say, like, these tracks here on this girl here, they say that might be a het pied marker on clown, but there's not really a way of knowing. So for the time being, I'll just say 66% het pied, and you can see those little tracks there. This girl also has them. If I can get her to unravel, she also has them. She actually has them a little bit closer together. So again, there's no way of knowing. So I'm just going to say that they're not 100% het pied. They're only 66%. And again, I will be testing them, so maybe I'll get lucky and they'll both be het pied. So this guy here is a mahogany pied, and this might be a project that I can start this year if I can get a female up to weight. And he's about 300, 400 grams, so it won't be long before he's ready to breed. But I'm hoping to make mahogany banana pieds. So if you know of banana, anytime you add a morph that is darkening to the color, you always get a really nice looking banana. So if you add cinnamon to banana, black pastel to banana, blackhead to banana, anything like that that darkens the ball python, you always get a nice looking banana. So I thought maybe mahogany and banana would look good together. This guy is actually going to be paired to a mahogany pinstripe het pied female as well. So maybe I'll get some suma pied, and maybe I'll get some suma pinstripe pieds, which they look good. There's nothing wrong with the suma pinstripe pied. I actually think that pinstripe will look really good with mahogany because mahogany has these browns, and pinstripe usually has very nice browns as well. So who knows what could happen? And if it's a suma pied, it's just going to be black. So that's even nicer. It's the thing about suma pieds is you get the look that you're looking for with a black and white snake, but you don't get all of the bad effects of if you were to do a super cinnamon or a super black pastel pied, because those have kinking. The mahogany pieds or the suma pieds don't have any kinking. So if you go for a suma pied, you'll get that black and white snake that people want, and you won't have any issues as far as kinking. So I think the mahogany project, adding it to practically anything will look pretty good. But again, I'm hoping to add it to a banana pied project and see how that turns out. This girl here is probably going to be the one that's paired to the mahogany pied next year. She's already been paired to a banana fire pinstripe pied this year. Hopefully we get eggs out of them. This is going to be her first time laying, and she has been putting on weight ever since she started locking with the male banana fire pinstripe pied. So I don't anticipate that she has any issues as far as laying or any issues taking meals after she's done laying her eggs. I'm a huge fan of banana. I'm a huge fan of pied. So obviously I'm going to try to add banana and pied to every project that I have. Unless obviously if it's like lavender albino or something like that. I don't think banana looks good with lavender albino or VPI Xanthic or any other Xanthic line. I'm not really even sure if it looks good with hypo. So this guy here is a banana leopard clown. I'm actually planning on pairing him to a few visual recessives for lavender albino, VPI Xanthic to see what I can get. Obviously, like I said, banana's not really going to look good with lavender albino or VPI Xanthic, but the whole goal is to get some snakes that are triple het. So all of these visual recessive females are also going to be het pied. So I can test for het pied using the genetics testing. So at a minimum, I'll get 100% het clown, 100% het VPI Xanthic, or 100% het clown, 100% lavender albino, or 100% het clown, 100% regular albino. Then I can test for that 50% het pied, and again, about half of them should be het pied based on the fact that 50% means half. So obviously I didn't have to tell you guys that. I didn't have to explain 50%, but that's just some of the pairings that I have planned for next year. So this guy has currently been paired to a pastel banana het clown. So I hope to make some super banana clowns. They've already been made. I'm not saying they've never been made. I just think super bananas look even better. And because of the fact that you don't have to deal with female maker and male makers out of super bananas, it makes everything a whole lot better. So personally, I always try to breed for super bananas because it becomes easier in the future if you want to have bananas in most of your stuff. Because again, super banana, you don't have to deal with female or male makers, and you also will get bananas out of everything in the clutch. So I personally think it's good to add super bananas to some projects if you want bananas to be in your clutch. This next guy here is a pinstripe pied het VPI Xanthic. He's currently been paired to a pinstripe VPI Xanthic 66% het pied, and she has been gaining a whole lot of weight, so I'm assuming she's building follicles, and hopefully I get eggs out of her. But for 2024, I hope to actually pair him to a clown het VPI Xanthic, so I can get VPI Xanthics that are double het for pied and clown, and I think that's going to be a sick combination. I'm pretty sure it's already been made, but clown pies already look great, and if you were to just make it a Xanthic, that would look even better. Another project I got in the works is Tri-Stripe. So this guy here is actually a banana, possible yellow belly het Tri-Stripe, and this girl here is a cinnamon het Tri-Stripe. So if I get banana cinnamon Tri-Stripes, I think that's going to be a super sick combination. Pretty sure they've already been made. I'm not going to be the first to make them, but I think they would look great, and I think it would be something great to add to any project. I've personally never seen a clown Tri-Stripe, so maybe that's the thing I want to go for. Tri-Stripe is something that doesn't get produced a lot, so there's not really a lot of different things out there with Tri-Stripe in it, but I think it would be sick to get a Tri-Stripe clown. So maybe next year I also pair this banana to a clown or a het clown. That way I can get some 50% hets, and I can just test them to get some 100% hets out of that clutch, and the rest obviously won't be het, so they'll just have to be sold as possible het Tri-Stripe. And if I get some banana cinnamon Tri-Stripes again, I would be super happy because I think that would be sick. Banana cinnamons are the best looking snake in my opinion when it comes to just co-dominant and dominant morphs. Obviously there's other things that people like, but for my opinion, since I like banana so much and I like anything that darkens the banana gene and makes those purples pop, I think cinnamon does that job very well. So that's what I like. Obviously everybody has their own opinion, but that's what I like. So if I get a banana cinnamon Tri-Stripe, I'm gonna be happy. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future.